traders. Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing? Um, this Friday Eve. Well, in the trading world today, it is Friday because it's the last day you can trade for the week because tomorrow is Good Friday. So, in observation of Good Friday, the markets will be closed. Um, so today is your last chance for this week. And then you start fresh next week. So you have a 3 day weekend, guys. Hey, look at it that way. You got a 3 day weekend. You can live life. You know what I mean? It's a little get away from the work for a little bit, and then go to having fun a little bit. I know a lot of you guys like, oh man, the market's closed. I'm like that too, but hey, I'm down here in South Florida, so there's plenty of things to do. And wherever you are, you make it happen, man. Make it happen. So anyway, guys, what I like about today is there are plenty plays. Actually, a lot of these are they continued from yesterday, the after hours. So you already off the bat, beginning of the morning, at even like 6, 7 o'clock this morning, there were plays. You got like four of them off the top. You got MBIO, which is the top performer, is 2 million shares traded already. I actually took a stab at it this morning pre-market. Got a quick $149 before commissions. Um, Took it short, and it actually is. This is pretty much textbook, really. This VWAP is showing to be very strong resistance currently. I'm not saying it's going to continue to stay that way, but as of the moment and as of all of the pre-market, that has been a very strong resistance for this stock. You can see it all the way from 5:30 this morning, 6 o'clock, all the way down to now at 8 o'clock. This is still a pretty good indicator of what's going on. So I took a jump on it right around this area. I got in at 7. I actually got in originally like 785, 789. And then I added to the position that brought the average cost way down to 773 because I took a larger position size. As you can see, I took 100 originally, took 445 at 771. That brought the average to 773. I got almost 30 cents on that. So as you can see, that's $149 this morning. Quick trade pre-market. I'm still looking for more opportunities here. I'm not done. I had to tell myself. I had to. This is one thing. I don't know if it happens with you guys, but it used to happen with me. Um, on our losing days, what would we do? If you lose, $100 or whatever, or 70, $80, what would you do? Normally, would you stop right away? Nope. Normally, what we try to do is we try to trade our way out of it, right? You trade like three, four more times, or two or three more times, trying to get out of that rut. Trying to get out of that. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't, but we keep trading. So I said, why, when I'm winning, why would I have a winning? Usually on my winning days, I stop. You have one or two winners, and then you just stop. Like, I'm like, no, you gotta come on, man. If you're gonna trade 10 times on your losing days, why not trade the same 10 times on the winning days and make the winning days even that much more? You know what I mean? So I'm not done trading this morning. So if any of you guys do that, just look at it like that. You know what I mean? Look at it the way I mean. Hey, on a losing day, I'm pretty sure. I'm not. I can't say 100%. Pretty sure a lot of you guys do that. If not, then hey, you're good. I'll give you that. But like on a losing day, unless you're down too much. And now sometimes, like if I'm down a whole lot, then yeah, I'm not gonna trade anymore because I don't want to. You know what I mean? At that point, you're just beating a dead horse, and that's pretty much that. So, but if you're down like a little bit, maybe $60, $100, then you're like, okay, man, I could trade myself out of this. Okay, I made one mistake, or the stock that I thought was gonna do whatever, it didn't do it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trade my way out of it till I get green. But yeah, if you can look at here, I'm not to change the topic, but this has been textbook. Look at the VWAP. But now you gotta understand, it's not gonna be easy. They're not gonna make this thing just. It's not gonna just fall straight off the cliff. I'm telling you now because it's done it already. It's done it up here. So you can believe it's not gonna go down easily. Like it's not. It's gonna go up and fall all the way. That's just a little too easy. It's gonna go down. But it's gonna be a little work to get there. But yeah, if you kept hitting off of this VWAP, you could have made you some pretty good money, like 40 cent swings, man. 40 cent swings. That's big swings, guys. If you put 1,000 shares in and you did that like 5 times, you know what I mean? That's like $2,000 real quick. But anyway, yeah, I used to do that, guys. So you gotta actually tell yourself, like, hey, if I'm gonna trade this much on my losing days, I see it all the time, and this is how I know that it's true. Um, is the fact that I see it on some videos. I'm not gonna name who, but I see it a lot. You know, some guys they'll make one or two winning trades. They win on a trade, and then they're done for the day. Okay, that's fine. That's nothing wrong with that. But then how about on the losing days? You trade like 10 times, you know, because you're trying to get out of it. So why don't you do the same thing on the winning days to keep, you know, instead of having $149, I could make this $1,049. You know what I mean? So, or I could just give some of it back. Just don't give it all back. You know, maybe set it to where you only lose $70 of this and you're still up for the day, and then you stop. But anyway, yeah, guys, it's a couple things. I saw these stocks as of yesterday, so I knew today was gonna be a good day. Like I say, today is like the market's Friday, even though it's Thursday. It's like in the market it's Friday, because there is no trading tomorrow. Uh, and then also, guys, like I said, it's earnings season. Let's check out what else is going on here. FBIO, it jumped up yesterday, but it came right back down. Actually, it's holding pretty good, but you see here it had a serious spike up, but then it had the same serious spike down, and then now it's just kind of consolidating here in this $2 area, 220, 230 area. Uh, so I'll keep an eye on that to see if it wants to pop up and try to form a somewhat of a U-shaped pattern. Uh, MBIO we just looked at, HEXO. Yeah, if you guys listened to my video yesterday, I told you I was kind of getting over a cold, and it's starting to get going here. When I get to the coughing stage, that means it's about to leave. I know that sounds kind of crazy. It sounds like, oh, okay, if he's coughing, that means you're at full throttle cold. But no, usually when I get to the coughing stage, it's at the end, because usually the beginning stage for me is when I get a sore throat first. Uh, well, first I start feeling a little groggy. That's number one. Then number two, get a sore throat. I'm like, okay, I know I got a cold coming. Then when I get to coughing, it's like, okay, it's at the end. I've been taking something for it, so it should be it should be clearing up soon here. So yeah, this so yeah, as you can see with this HEXO, did it have news? Yeah, yesterday, Bank of America initiates coverage on HEXO Corp common shares with a buy rating. So he basically just gave them a buy rating, Bank of America, and that's a pretty big name. You know, that's a popular name. Everybody knows Bank of America. So you hear Bank of America in the title of a news press for any company. You know that just alone gets it moving. So that's what happened here. Came down from these 660 area, went up to 725. It is. I could tell the way it moves that it's a pretty high float. Let me take a look. It's yep. See, 270 million shares in that float. So I wouldn't touch it because it's way too high. Way too high. MBIO. All right. So take a look, man. I'm back on that one. I'm gonna look around in the market as well. But just take a look. It's holding now. I mean, it is at the it is it is at the VWAP. However, now it's right now anyway. It's holding this 740 area. So, but now I'm gonna tell you. I don't. Well, I'm not gonna tell you because I look. I'm no investment professional. I was gonna kind of say what way I know it's gonna go. It's gonna go down eventually, but the thing is, you just don't know when. It could pop all the way up here to $10 before it starts going back down. But the VWAP is definitely letting you know what's going on here. Um, it has a history of popping up. It can hold its gains. Let's see if it has a history of popping up and just falling off. Most of the days that it does pop up, though, it stays up. If you're looking here at the daily, you don't see many. Well, you see a couple top and tails here. You do see some top and tails, but I'm talking about for the biggest moves that it made, like these big pop-ups. It usually looks like it holds pretty well. It holds. Now the next day is another story. The next day on this one is another story, but for the day of, it actually holds pretty good. All right, so it's up here near this area here, and like I said, it's holding pretty good. But I mean, right now it's you just have to wait to see what direction it wants to really go in. I mean, obviously you can see it's in the overall downtrend. Overall, it's in the downtrend, so that's what you look for. So you kind of want to wait to see if it can get over this basically $9 area to kind of validate it to being changing direction. So if it's anywhere between here and like 8:30, oh, there it is at that 7:45. I told you that 7:40 area is pretty crucial for support. All right, it's down up under it. It cracked it. Yeah, it finally cracked this area here. The 740 area. It was holding up pretty good right along this area. It was holding up for a good while here, but it finally, the sell pressure was too high, or it was not enough buyers to sustain it. So therefore, as of right now, that's where it is. But keep an eye on this area because, like I said before, don't expect if it does, then be happy, but don't expect it to just fall real easily. Uh, because it's done that a couple times already around these areas here. One came back up, two, three. Let's see if it did it before here. Nah, that was so basically like three times it has come up. One, if you want to count this little thing here, two, three, so four times. So that just keep an eye. If it gets back to it again, I mean, it may pop out. You know what I mean? So just keep an eye on it, guys. But yeah, I made a trade on it already. Quick gains. I'm happy with it. I'm not done for the day. If I well, actually, I have somewhere to go at. I got to get out of here at like 10 o'clock. So that's what I was hoping for as of yesterday because I knew that today I had to get out at 10. So I'm like, I just hope there's some like pre-market action or either like something right at the bell I can get because I got to get out of here. So I did get that wish. Um, so right now, that's what's going on. APTX had news this morning, but it's not doesn't have the volume to follow through with it right now. Just keep that on watch because it did have news, and I caught the news exactly when it came out. It came out at 7:27. I was up looking at it at that time. It's highly relevant in advanced patients with longer duration of chronic pain. Results support and inform future phase two studies. So they're looking. They're already in phase one, and they're looking to go into phase two. So that's some pretty good news, guys. That's actually some decent news. Anytime you can go from one phase to the next. Now, the biggest news is when you get into that phase three, or when you're completing phase three. Getting to phase three or completing it, one of the two. But even two, that's pretty good news. So that's, I mean, right now it has low volume, but it's one to keep on watch. I see AMRS popping up here on the scanners. Take a look at it, see what's going on here. Kind of make some new. See here what's going on. It's in this little area here. It was holding for a minute, so I would look at this as support, like 439 right here. hmm Yeah, so let's see how it reacts around this area here. It popped up. Let's see what the reason why it was. Well, they have exited the vitamin E business. Alrighty, that came out at 8:30, so that just recently came out. But look at MBIO, it's popping up. I told you it's not gonna go down easily. You can believe that. That's just not the way it works. It's gonna go, but but look for a good pop up. You can get some trades on the long side or the short. That's the good thing about a stock like this. A stock like MBIO, when it has this huge range, as you can see, it came from 10 all the way down to 7, and it's coming back up from 7 to 7, 8. Well, it actually went from 7 back up to 8. So when it has a range like that, it's a lot of money you could be to be made, guys. You got to look at this as opportunity. Whenever it bounces this much up and down, like a dollar up and down, that's opportunity, guys, to the short side and to the long side. So you can this stock alone can, you know what I mean, pay you handsomely thousands of dollars or tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands because it has a high range and it has enough volume and liquidity for you to be able to make money in it. So that's what's going on right now, guys. You got some earnings. Let me see what's going on here. See, this is the thing here. Let's see what else is going on. APTX. Let me take a look at it. See what the level two is looking like. It's starting to close up on the level two. It was a large spread earlier. It was like 340 by $4 or something like that. But now it's kind of tightening up. However, as you see, it's only 9,000 shares. It has some pretty good news, but you gotta wait for. Right now, all the attention is on MBIO. That's what it is. Sometimes, traders, you gotta think from another trader's mindset, not just your own. So most traders right now are looking for opportunities in this MBIO. So they probably are not even. They probably have, you know, caught the news on it, but they're like, we're gonna put this on the back burner right now, especially with the low volume. Let's keep our eyes over here. You know what I mean? Everybody's looking for a squeeze, I think, at this point, which that could happen. Keep an eye because you see it's holding this area very well. I've showed you, and I'm showing you here. You can see the highlight here that is holding this area for right now. So look for it to possibly, and if you really want to do a little, if you really want to do a little analysis, you can see here that it's starting to form. Starting to form a slight wedge here. So kind of keep your eyes on that. And that's what I think a lot of traders are looking at. They want to see how it reacts to it being squeezed right now. It's getting into a where it's gonna have to squeeze either up or squeeze down. You know what I mean? It's what they as in the words of an old trader, I used to be in the chat. He always used to. This is what he called it. Don't no offense. He called it a Mexican standoff. Basically, when it gets to a point where everything is getting squeezed together and it's a standoff, basically. It could be a Mexican standoff, American standoff, Italian standoff, it doesn't matter. It's a standoff. So it's kind of interesting to see what it does here. And I think that's what a lot of traders are looking at. A lot of trade. But you have something going in the favor of down, which is this VWAP here. Who is this here? Let me answer this call. Hey, how you doing, brother? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I actually just got in touch with the other mover who's going to be coming. He said he's going to be there. He's leaving. He's going to be leaving from another little job. Yep, guys, I'm back. So what is it gonna do, guys? Anybody with some technical analysis skills can tell me what's gonna happen. So right now, though, what's going for it on the short side is obviously you still have this overhead. You know what I mean? You got something weighing over it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's been bouncing off of it so much to where I wouldn't count on it right now because it shouldn't. Like if it was very strong, then it would just fall straight off. For it to keep staying around this area, that's telling me, it keeps basically it's like knocking on the door. It keeps knocking on the door. Eventually, if somebody keeps knocking on your door, they're ready to bust it down. You know what I mean? They knock once or twice, then they'll probably leave right after that. So think of it in that analogy. When something double tops, triple tops, quadruple tops, that first it's just like somebody knocking on your door. They knock, the first time, okay, then they back up a little bit, wait for you to come to the door. So that's backing up. But if they knock again, they're just making sure that in case you didn't hear it the first time. But when they start knocking 4 or 5 times, they want to get in. They want to get through. So that's how I Aiken and I use that analogy for this trade. If it keeps knocking on this VWAP, it's gonna shoot over. So, but then you also have this trending line, down trending line here. So you just keep an eye on it, guys. It's definitely more short bias right now. Now, if it gets over this area here, if it gets over this 850 area, I would say it's definitely able to come back down. I mean, go up. I may take another stab at it, but I have to kind of wait and see, let it show a clear direction and show me like a clear risk level and a clear target. FBIO, it's too cheap. There it is. It has shot over the VWAP. Look for it to break this $8 area. You're gonna have some longs, and look at there. You have a 100 share buyer waiting at the 94. All right, well that got taken out, but it is at this is bounced over the VWAP. Now take a look, see if it goes over the trend, see if it can break that trend. There it is. It's a short squeeze going on, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. See if it could take out this trend line here around this 830 area. It's a good opportunity to the long side if you guys got in where it was in the 770 area. That was like 40 cent for you right there, 40, 50 cent. see if it can hold up this $8 area. So let's see. Let's see if the VWAP turns into support or if it turns back into resistance. Only time will really tell that. Not get too caught up in that. I don't never like to marry a stock, so let's see what else is going on in the market while that's doing that. FBIO is too cheap for me, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this off my list here. It was in my range, but right now it's too low. HEXO is too high of a. It did move fairly good. Um, why was this never charging? I thought this was charging. So that whole time it wasn't charging. There it is. Now it's charging. All right. So right now, yeah, that $8 is not holding to. It didn't hold right then. Let me see what else is going on. Anything else? All eyes are really on the MBIO. RBZ. That's just heading straight down. All right, here's MBIO at this $8 area again. It's fighting like we always say though. The whole dollar area is a serious mental resistance. So sometimes you see stocks up, down around that whole dollar. It could be $7, $6, five, four, three, two, one. But usually around that area, it kind of goes back and forth. But here it is, looking like it wants to break this trend line here. It actually has held over on the 5 minute. It's held over pretty good here. But it's only one 5 minute candle. You want to see it hold a couple candles just to reassure you, or like reconfirm to you that it is holding and that this is now support. But as you can see, that $8 area is a mental resistance. It's like I call it the dollar magnet. I always call it the dollar magnet. I'm gonna get that term patented if somebody doesn't take it from this stream. The dollar magnet. Anytime you get by a whole dollar, expect it to be like a source of pulling it. Unless it goes, it's just like a real magnet. Unless you go over it with some force and velocity to where you get out of its force field, then it can keep going. Or if you go down under it with some force, like some velocity and speed, then it could keep going. But if you run up to it, with not such high force velocity, then the force of it will pull you back to the eighth. So that's how it goes basically. But right now it's holding up. It's gonna be interesting. I just like to sit and watch and see what's gonna happen. I made one trade so far. I may or may not make another trade because I have to get out of here. I'm gonna be leaving here at 10 o'clock. So I don't want to force anything else. Right now, my account is at it'll be at like 850. So I'm close to that $1,000 goal that I'm trying to hit. I was going back and forth for a little while. I was going like up 100, down 80, up 100, down 60 or whatever, down 80 again, down 100 again, up 100. So that's what was going on these last couple days, weeks. But I finally got it together. What really I did mainly was change my share size. The 100 shares just wasn't gonna do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, right now it's tough right here, guys. It's real tough. So right now, you really kind of want to break this mark here, this 815. Basically, that's where it's gonna be a for longs. That's gonna be a point of emphasis. So right now, that $8 is a pretty good resistance right now. As you can see, guys, one thing that I've been saying on all the last couple videos is you see this on a 15 minute, you can see clearly the long wick here. So that is another bearish sign. So that's what lets me know overall the stock is gonna be going down. Now it may come up, but then it's gonna come down. Once you see this, this is like two and a half to three times the size of the body. Uh, so that's definitely something to look out for, guys. That's something letting you know right there that it's gonna go down. But the tricky part is when is it gonna go down? That's the whole thing. Is it gonna pop up to $10 first? Is it gonna pop up to $15 first? That's the tricky part. Now, looking at the moving averages, that's where it's kind of been holding right now. You can see on the moving averages here that these are the new resistance. So it's kind of being squeezed between these areas here. So it could squeeze up, it could squeeze down. But all right, guys, it's 9 o'clock. I'm gonna get ready for the bell. See if I find any more opportunities here. Um, and then that'll be that, guys. That's that for right now, guys. All right, so I will catch you guys next week, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy this good 3 day weekend. You got Easter Sunday. If you celebrate that, I do. I'm not particularly. I'm not particularly doing anything, but I do have some things going on this weekend. But have fun, guys. Enjoy. Study, study, study. If you need to, use the weekend to study. If you feel like you need to, trust me. I put in a lot of time. Trust me. A lot of weekends. Here it is, squeezing. Here it is, squeezing up here to this trend line here. Let's see how it reacts here. It's getting those shorts out of there. It's squeezing them out of there, guys. If you're in short, You are getting squeezed, or whoever's in it short, rather. They are getting squeezed. Oh yeah, feel the pain. Now, if you're on the long side, that's a good opportunity, guys. You came from $8 all the way to 8.38, 40 cent gain right there, guys. Real quick and easy. It's shooting up, guys. All the traders are watching this stock. That's why when it does start to move, it moves quickly because that lets you know a lot of people are watching it. All eyes are on it, and they're all waiting, like sharks in the water, like Ross says. Hey guys, you got this squeeze coming up, guys. Good opportunity for the longs here. It was a squeeze. You got a lot of the shorts got squeezed out here. I made a trade on it earlier this morning. Made me a quick 149 before taxes. But yeah, right now, I'm sorry, before commissions. I'm saying taxes. Yeah, so look at this squeeze, guys. It's up here at this trend line. Let's see if it can break it. Right now, you see it's right at it, and that's where it's stopping. So keep an eye on that. It has room to run. You know, you have the top of it. Well, here's a pivot point here at the $12 area. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm quite sure a lot of longs are looking at. They're looking at the potential of it. The first stop will be like $10. That's $2 from where we are now. And then the next stop is $12. That's $4 from where we are now. Then the next stop is 15. So you definitely got a lot of room to run, guys. A lot of room to run. This is one, this is two. So it should not. If I was going to, I would take a short here and take it down, but I'm not taking it right now because right now it's got a head of steam. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here so I can focus on my trade. And I would have taken that trade right there. I would have took it to the short side as I can see it's kind of. I would have gotten like 10 cent. I would have took it like at this 840 area because I just want to see if it. And then I'm only taking like a 2 cent risk. That's why I love trades like that where I only take a 2 cent risk. So even if I'm wrong, I'm not wrong by much. But that would have yielded me like 10 cent right there. So yeah, guys. Yeah, man, trying to, buddy. Justin, yeah, trying to, man. It's this stock here is actually I love stocks like these because when it has this, look at the range. It went from well, actually, it started at $15, right? Went down to $7, and then it went back up to 30. So I love a stock that moves like this because that's it's a lot of opportunity to the short and the long side, both sides. You know what I mean? You look at it like it goes up and it comes down like $2, goes up a dollar, $2. So I love these stocks, man. I told you I would have took that trade up here at this 840 area. Look, and I would have been right. I would have got another 20 cent, guys. Would have got another 20 cent there, but it's all good. It's all good, man. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys. That's it for today. All right, guys, take care. I'm gonna get out of here too. Get ready for the open, man. Take care. Wish everybody the best. Have a good 3 day weekend, baby. Good Friday tomorrow. Then we got the weekend, man. Hey, man, I might hit the beach. I'm gonna hit the beach, man. Get on the boat. May drink a couple, you know what I mean, margaritas, and we'll see how it goes from there. How if I can remember anything after that. All right, guys, man. You guys have a beautiful day. I will catch you next week, man. Happy trading.